Hello unlimited friends. In this video I'm going to share with you how in 3 minutes a day you can fight depression and burnout and start living a more happy and fulfilling life. Let's get started, and before I do, let me introduce myself. Hi, I'm Zara Mahoon. I write the blog zmahoon.com, and this channel is my virtual hot seat where I respond to questions from my subscribers. As a result of applying the principles that I teach in my books and courses, people are able to get unstuck and move forward in life, achieving success in their personal as well as business lives. I'm looking to work with people who are ready to transform their lives, bring peace into their hearts, more love in their lives, and more money in their bank accounts. Who do you know that might need to work with me? All right, so let's get started. I am so happy and excited to bring you these formulas that have literally changed my life. There was a time in my life when I used to go into depression, and then I would stay there. Life felt meaningless. I felt like, what's the point of doing anything? It was hard even just to get out of bed and even just get dressed and change my clothes and brush my teeth. I felt like nothing I am going to do is going to change anything for me. So when you are experiencing extreme depression, it is hard to think straight. And it's even harder to ask for help because we don't want anyone to really know what's going on inside us. And I don't know if that's you, but that was me. We have this tendency of thinking that it's like airing dirty laundry. It's like exposing ourselves to being judged, and we don't want that. But really, when you are in a place of depression, you need help. I chose to keep my situation to myself, and instead of asking for therapy or asking for coaching, I turned towards books. And I learned a couple of things from those books that are so simple that it feels like this little thing, I'm pretty sure this cannot be the answer to my depression. But I can tell you from my own experience that it made a big difference. Instead of staying in that state of depression for literally more than a year, I noticed one day that I was able to come out of it sooner and sooner and sooner. So the year turned into a couple of months, then the months became a couple of weeks, and then one day I noticed that it was only taking a couple of days for me. I would drop like a rock straight down, and however I would come out the other end much sooner. So I want to share with you what these simple little changes were. They were powerful, and when I made the changes, I didn't even realize how powerful they were. But I trusted my teacher, and my teacher was Abraham Hicks. I trusted when Abraham said, just do this and it will work. I trusted them. And so I just did the work without looking for results. And one day I woke up and I knew that things had changed. I could feel that everything was different. So what I didn't even take much time for me to do. It was literally 1 minute, 60 seconds in the morning and literally 2 minutes at night. But it was life-changing. This is only going to take 3 minutes for you to do. And if you're really, really slow, it might take 5. So let me tell you what it is. In the morning, it is about waking up, and while still in bed, it is about setting a clear intention for the day. Abraham calls it pre-paving. And it can be as simple as saying, today is going to be a good day. And if you feel uncomfortable saying today is going to be a good day, I know I didn't feel comfortable saying those words, so my modification of that was, today is going to be a better day than yesterday. And slowly, after a period of time, I morphed that one sentence, today is going to be a better day, into a morning intention. And the morning intention is a little bit longer, but you don't have to do the morning intention. It was just these words that changed my life. Today is going to be a better day. And not only would I say today is going to be a better day, I would say I only have to get through this one day. My objective is just to get through, make it through this one day. I'm not even going to think about tomorrow. I'm not going to think about whether or not I'll be able to get out of bed tomorrow. I'm not going to think about whether or not I'll be able to go to work tomorrow. I'm not going to think about whether or not I'll be able to cook dinner for my children tomorrow. I'm just going to focus on making my way through this one day. And I can tell you that it changed everything. And later on, I evolved it into a morning intention, which is contained in the Unlimited workbook. And you can find the link to the workbook in the description below if you are interested in it. But I can tell you that at this point in time, literally thousands of people have used the morning intention from the Unlimited workbook and completely shifted their lives. So that's the morning. And then at night before going to bed, I would just sit at the edge of my bed and I would try and come up with 3 things that went well for me in that day. 3 things. And it was literally as simple as saying, I was able to get out of bed today. Today I brushed my teeth and I changed my clothes. And today I went to work. Simple little things. But it was a way for me to give myself a pat on the back. It was a way for me to recognize before going to bed that some things were working in my life. And that is so much better than taking a lot of worry and anxiety to bed with you, because prior to doing this exercise, that's what I used to do. I used to take a ton of worry and anxiety to bed with me. And so 3 things that went the way I wanted them to today, or went better than I expected them to, or 3 things that I appreciate about today. And things like somebody smiled at me. It can be as simple as that. And the last thing that takes less than 30 seconds to do is I would turn my brain off, because I used to worry so much and I used to be so anxious about what would happen the next day that I would stay awake all night. And one of the things that I learned was, it's because I'm thinking, my mind would become even more active when it was time to go to sleep, because that was the time when I was no longer thinking about things that I had to do at work or things that I had to do around the house or for my children. So now that was the time when I would try and figure out all my problems. And what I learned is that if I sleep well, I am way better set to be able to find solutions to my problems the next day when I wake up. So I started giving an instruction to my mind, and the instruction was, I want to stop thinking. It's okay to stop thinking now. I am going to pick up on my thoughts tomorrow. Today, I just want to go to sleep, and while I sleep, I want my mind to stop working. And I can tell you that our mind is such a powerful thing, powerful tool, that it obeys all your instructions. It only worries because you tell it to worry, and you can tell it to stop. So I would just tell my mind to stop for the night and get a refreshing night's sleep, because of which the next day I would be able to function better. My body would be able to support me for the things that I needed to do, and my mind would be a lot clearer. So you can fight depression. It takes time. It didn't happen. The change did not happen overnight. I think we have this tendency to expect that the change is going to take place overnight. I didn't expect that the change would be overnight. I was willing to give myself time, and it did take time. It took close to 6 months for me to do this exercise again and again every single day. And in 6 months, I started noticing that I was feeling a lot better. I had more energy, and I was better able to look after my responsibilities and get done the things that I needed to get done. So be patient with yourself. And ask yourself, has there ever been a time in your life when you needed things to change and you needed them to change right away and you were impatient with yourself? Ask yourself if you were ever depressed or if you were borderline depressed. And if the answer is yes, then I recommend that you take these tools that I'm sharing with you and put them to use in your life. And even more than that, beyond that, if you know someone who has bouts of depression or anxiety or insomnia, share this video with them, because they might benefit from hearing me talk about my experience, and you'd be giving them a gift. All right, folks, that's all I want to say to you today. And if this was helpful and if you enjoyed it, please leave me a comment. Maybe leave me a comment with the words 3 minutes, and then I'll know that you watched till the end and that you've got the message that it only takes 3 minutes to shift your life. Bye for now.